Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of my Planet Coaster series, episode 9. In this episode I'm finishing up the island which I made last episode. There were still a few things missing, lights for example, and that's what I'm going to start this video with. I'm placing red lights towards the volcano. I use these lights to bring out the definition of the rocks while it's dark. So yeah, I'm placing these spotlights around the volcano, and when I'm placing multiple on each point, one pointing to the middle, one pointing to the left and one pointing to the right. Sometimes I only place 2, but most of the time I do 3. So I'm having just a wider spot instead of this small beam. I'm having a wider beam basically. So here I'm placing rocks to hide the spotlights a little bit into the mountain, so you can see the spotlights from afar and not from up close either, but whatever. Yeah, so this is how it turned out, and it looked good, but I needed something more, and I started with a yellow spotlight on the skull I have above the exit. And as you could see right there, I'm placing 3 spotlights on the same spot to make the light a little bit more intense, because you can't adjust the intensity of the light, so I'm placing multiple in the same spot to light up one area a little bit more. And after that I was placing green spotlights towards the trees, so even at night you will still have this separation between the mountain and the foliage at the bottom of the mountain. And I want the ship lit up as well, so I chose to place some yellow spotlights on the ship, because yellow matches brown. Brown is basically a dark yellow, so I chose yellow spotlights for on the ship. Here I'm starting on the next area. My plan was to build a bridge over this part of the river, build a bridge to the other side, and this will connect to the next part of my park. Yeah, I wanted a small tunnel here, so I built a tunnel with the terrain editing tool, and the idea is to have the path go through the tunnel, and once you come out of it you're in this bay area with the shops and houses. And here I'm starting to build a waterfall. I wanted to have a rocky surface behind the waterfall because, yeah, most of the times they're coming off a mountain, of course. basically just using the water sprays and pointing them downwards and placing them all in a line. That's basically a waterfall. So the bridge, I started building one segment of the bridge, like 1 square wide, so I could copy it over and place them all in a row. This way you can spend more time on the details instead of building the whole bridge. Imagine spending 30 minutes on 1 square or 30 minutes on the whole bridge. So that's basically why I'm choosing to build 1 square and add as much details as I can. The end result turned out pretty good, so I think it was definitely worth it. I wanted to use the railing from the pathway as part of the bridge itself, so I wanted to submerge the path into my scenery. And you can see the railings from the path through my stone columns. And I left out the column all the way at the left because I'm copying it over anyways, and the first column will be on that place. I wanted to have some lights along the side of the bridge, so I decided to make a little stand on the side of the bridge where the lanterns could stand on. To be fair, I think I did too many lanterns, but I'm not complaining, it still looks pretty good. On the ends of the bridge I wanted to make 2 big arches as a beginning and the end of the bridge. What you see now is not how the arch looks at all, but I wanted to have a general shape of the thing, and instead of doing the whole thing at once I decided to make 1/2 and copy that thing over to the other side. So I wanted to have a round arch, and I did this by activating the rotation snap and just rotate it for 15 degrees every time. I wanted to have a plain white wall, so I used the tops of the balconies as as wall pieces. This was a hard part to do. I wanted to fill the empty space up because you can see all the crossed pieces of scenery over there, and I wanted to cover it up somehow, but I wasn't sure how, and it took me a while before I found a solution how to do it.
There ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star.
So the basic idea was finished at this point, but I wasn't sure how to add more details to it. I decided to use these long pillars at the corners, with the cornerstones at the top and the bottom.
I'm moving too far. Get to glass. You're looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get to glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in.
I use these cornerstones to create a little bit more depth to the building, even if it's just a few pixels.
Shining like it's neon, rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, them amateurs have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy.
To finish it up, I wanted to have a statue on both sides of the arch.
Shoot, 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 shoot. Yeah, 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 shooting, shooting. Yeah, 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 shooting, shooting, shooting. Yeah, 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 shooting, shots.
And that's the finished building, so I decided to copy it over to the other side of the bridge and make the same arch over there as well. Time to add some spotlights, so I sped up the time to make it dark, so I could place some spotlights pointing towards the arches. I wasn't really sure what color I wanted to use because I wanted a white arch, but the white was just a little bit too white. So I decided to first put some spotlights towards the statues. Checking out what colors suit best. Then I decided to use yellow lights because the lanterns on the bridge are also yellow. And from this point on, I'm just adding rocks and trees and stuff around this bridge to give it a complete look, so I wouldn't have to go back and add some more stuff later. Anyways guys, that's it for this episode. So next episode I'm going to build a new roller coaster, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope you guys do too, so I hope to see you then.